welcome to this week's author confession. This week, I have a bit of a treat for you. We are going to have a tea party. There is a book tour called the SerendipiTea Tour, and it is going to feature 16 debut authors on different blogs throughout the interwebs. So I thought what I would do is showcase a few of the authors debuting. So stick around and get your favorite drink. I've got my coffee, maybe a couple snacks, and prepare for a treat. Ever since the outbreak of the plague, life hasn't been easy, and for 17-year-old Alice Carroll, it just got worse. Her sister Dinah has contracted the undeadly Momrath virus, and without a cure, will soon be worse than dead. She'll be Momrath. Alice must leave the safety of the sector and venture into Momrath territory to find the antidote, if it exists. Chasing a rumor about a mysterious doctor with a cure, Alice falls down the rabbit hole into Wanderland, where ravenous Momrath aren't the only danger lurking. The Wanderland Chronicles debuts May 16th of this year. Make sure you check it out.
Hey everyone, this is Leah Henderson. I am the author of the middle grade novel, One Shadow on the Wall. It is the story of Moore Fall and his sisters trying to figure out their next steps in the world after the death of their father. It is a story laced with magical realism, and in it, Moore has to decide between what's right and what's easy in contemporary Senegal. So I hope you will check it out. It will be available June 6th from Simon & Schuster Athenaeum. And until then, happy reading.
I'm K.M. Robinson, author of Golden. Goldilocks wasn't naive. She was trained by her cousin and handler and sent on a mission to destroy the bear family by targeting the youngest bear. But once she meets them, she realizes that they aren't as evil as she was led to believe. And once her deception is discovered, not even she has hope of surviving. This young adult retelling with a dystopian twist is available from Snowy Wings Publishing on March 28th and has been called perfect for fans of The Hunger Games and Divergent. I hope you check it out.
Hi everybody, it's Leslie Hauser. I'm here to tell you about my YA contemporary debut, Chasing Evelyn. Chasing Evelyn releases July 11th, and I'm beyond excited. It's very near and dear to my heart because it was inspired by my love of music. Chasing Evelyn is about 16-year-old Ivy and her love of music. In order to save the only remaining connection to her mom, who abandoned her, Ivy sets out on a quest to reunite her mom's favorite band, 80s rock group Chasing Evelyn. But it may lead her to an encore she's not expecting. Mark your calendars. Chasing Evelyn drops July 11th. See you this summer.
I'm Gwen Katz, and Among the Red Stars is the story of Volka, an impetuous teen pilot who lives in the Soviet Union. When World War II breaks out, Volka enlists in the night bomber regiment that will become Russia's famous Night Witches. Flying a wood and canvas biplane no faster than a car, she faces blinding searchlights, deadly night fighters, and flak guns, but soon discovers that real war is anything but a romantic adventure. Among the Red Stars is based on real history and features many of Russia's incredible real-life airwomen. It is out on October 3rd.
Hey guys, I'm Amber Ardul. This is my young adult novel, Fragile Chaos. It's a fantasy romance told in dual points of view. Theodric, the young god of war, who is trying to earn his powers back from his brother, and 16-year-old Cassia, who has been unwillingly sacrificed to him to save her country from war. They are more alike than either of them want to admit. They're both angry and bitter, and they have their own agenda. And it's full of betrayal and love, and I hope you guys like it.
Hi, my name is Abby J. Reed. I'm the author of When Planets Fall. I'm also one of the authors participating in the SerendipiTea tour coming in April. But if you like YA, diverse sci-fi fantasy reads, then you might like Breaker. He's an 18-year-old amputee who discovers and repairs a wrecked starship under enemy deadline to keep his little brother from fighting in a three-way war. So if you like family, sacrifice, home, sibling relationships, body modification, and you like characters with chronic illness and disabilities, and you don't mind a little bit of blood, then check out my book. It comes out May 10th from Amazon and Barnes & Noble Online. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gernentz Hansen, and I am the author of Something Beautiful, which is releasing in June 2017 from Pen Name Publishing. Do you get to choose who you love, or does fate decide for you? Cordelia and Declan grew up across the street from each other and have been best friends since they were 3 years old. As their friendship is continually tested, they realize that the feelings they have for each other are stronger than that of just friends. As Cordelia struggles against depression, Declan comes to terms with his sexuality, and their relationship is thrown into a tailspin. Their whole lives, they've been looking for something beautiful, but what if the beautiful thing has been right in front of them all along?
Hi, my name is Rosalind Eves, and my book is Blood Rose Rebellion. It's the first in a YA trilogy from Knopf Random House. It's in a world where all of the nobility, in addition to having money, land, titles, they also have magic. And my main character, Anna, does not have magic. On the contrary, she has sort of an uncanny ability to break spells. And after inadvertently breaking her sister's debut spell, she gets sent to Hungary with her grandmother, where she becomes embroiled with revolutionaries and discovers that what she thinks she knows about magic isn't always true, and finds that she has to make a choice between continuing to try and fit in with a world that doesn't entirely understand her, or taking a chance and possibly changing the world itself.
So Post-High School Reality Quest is a YA magic realism novel that takes on the form of a classic MS-DOS text adventure game. It follows the transition from high school to college for classic game nerd Buffy, who amid the stress of life choices and changes begins to hear a voice narrating her life, like an old text adventure game. This voice, who Buffy names the text parser, gives her directions on how to survive college, and really, life. But Buffy has her own agenda, namely winning the heart of her longtime crush, Tristan. But even when Buffy does get the guy of her dreams, the game doesn't stop. In fact, it gets worse than Buffy could have ever imagined, as she finds herself trying to survive in a game built off of her greatest nightmares.
Hi, I'm Shayla Patel. I'm the author of Soulmated. It's a young adult paranormal romance about an Irish empath prince who is being forced by his parents to search for his empath soulmate. The rare and almost legendary union will solidify his family's political standing and power, but it's not something Liam really cares about. When his search brings him to America to look for this elusive soulmate, he meets and is drawn to Lakshmi Kapadia, an Indian-American girl who is not an empath. Now he has to decide just what he'll sacrifice to be with her if he can't prove that she's the one, and she has to decide whether he's worth going against her traditional mother's expectations to be with him. Enjoy!
How this book came to be. It's a middle grade novel. It's called One Shadow on the Wall. And basically, while I was on a trip to Senegal, I happened to see a young boy sitting on a beach wall, and I kind of was captivated by him. He had an inner strength that just really spoke to me, and an inner resilience that I just couldn't take my eyes off of him, basically. And while I was passing by, I just kind of said to myself, what story would you tell me? And I wrote a 10-page story about what I thought his day might be like, and I never imagined it would turn into this.
My grandpa inspired my use of scent in When Planets Fall. He was a big smoker and always smoked this particular type of tobacco, and I swear, even today when I smell it, I'm right back in Michigan, running in the orchards, picking apples, shucking corn, and it hit me. Scent is a huge memory trigger. I had never put that together before.
If I were at a tea party with my characters, what would happen? Well, it would be Ivy and Matt and me, and in no time at all it would get awkward because we're all quiet types. Matt would probably be the one to drink his tea like this with his pinky up because he's always doing silly things like that without meaning to, and then Ivy would make a joke about it. And then we get silent again until I'd say something, I'd throw something random out there like, I think the music in Nashville this season is so awesome. And then that would get us started talking about music. We'd forget about the tea, and we'd go into the other room and start watching YouTube music videos on somebody's computer.
A tea party with my characters? I don't think so. In fact, there actually is a bit of a mad tea party in Alice, and it is one that I would stay away from as far as possible. But you'll have to read to find out why.
Well, my book takes place in the 19th century, so there's lots of tea to be had and drinking at tea parties. But they don't always go well. Anna almost invariably will say something to speak her mind or insult the hostess. Josh, if he bothers to show up, because let's face it, there's no alcohol at most tea parties, and if that's the case, Josh is not very interested. He will either tease Anna or fight with his sister Noemi, sending someone out of the room, whether it's him or one of the girls, I'm not quite sure. And Gabor, if he comes at all, is going to be very stiffly polite and wishing that he was anywhere else. In short, tea parties, although they're on the surface, they are supposed to be the most genteel of events, have all kinds of potential for conflict, interesting character discussions and revelation, and the best tea parties will end either in tears or laughter.
Hey, I'm Meg Eden. I'm here with my favorite writing drink, Chick-fil-A and sweet tea. I even have the refill mug, so I'm pretty serious about it. Chick-fil-A is also one of my favorite writing spots. It gets me out of the house, away from distractions like dishes and life, and amid the delicious fried chicken smells and waffle fries.
I think I mostly drink water when I'm writing, but my favorite snack is chocolate. I always have some form of chocolate next to me when I'm writing, generally in the form of the little Brookside chocolates or Dove dark chocolate. It's always dark, so that's what I always have with me when I am writing.
I don't think beverage is really the right word for this, more like magic elixir, because without it I wouldn't have been able to write 2 books last year. So without further ado, let me present my friend Red Bull and Dr. Pepper. And you just go right ahead, don't be shy, pour it right in there, keep going, and you take some Dr. Pepper, and you pour that in there. Listen to that beautiful fizz. And ta-da! You'll be awake forever.
And actually, it's a 2-part question. I write and I edit. So for me, that's 2 separate mindsets, and that's actually 2 different beverages, believe it or not. My writing time is very quiet, and I need something kind of comfy and cozy for that inspiration to let my mind kind of wander into the scene and live with my characters. And tea is the most comforting for me in that regard, so hot tea. Now, when I edit, I get very bored very easily. My mind gets distracted, so I need a lot of noise to tune out. So my favorite place to go while I edit is not in my office at home. It's actually at a sports bar. And my favorite drink then happens to be Jameson whiskey and soda with 2 limes. So there's my author confession. Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, I'm almost out of coffee, so that means we're almost out of time. I hope you have enjoyed our author confession this week. Make sure that you check down below. I will be including the links to the authors and the blogs that they will be featured on. Check out the blogs for a chance to learn a little bit more about each author and their book, and for the chance to enter to win some really cool prizes. There's a huge giveaway at the end with some books, some tea, and of course, some swag. Good luck, and as always, happy writing.
Welcome to the tea party. Wanna be my Hear me shout, tip me over and pour me out.